Chapter 5, The Wake. I'd never been to an actual funeral before. My mum came along, so did Prue's mum. David's parents were there, of course, and Unit's. Echo's mum couldn't get the time off work. She's on a 0 hours deal. Mrs. Tremboli let Twink dress her up in this magnificent all-black outfit. They were so proud of each other. She loved Peachy. She said the way he accepted her child for who they are made her feel like Twink had a guardian angel. And he did. Peachy got Twink invited to all the best places. Well, to the shack, at least. She's got the hugest heart, Mrs. Tremboli. I can tell she's scared for the rest of us. She really sees us. Goths and moshers think about funerals a lot. It goes with the territory. When it comes to how funerals look, though, we've seen loads. The Helena video is a touchstone. Half our favourite bands have a funeral scene on a promo or an album cover. Then there's all the horror films. You've got your Funeral for a Friend, the band and the song. What? Elton John can be heavy metal. Ask Metallica. There's Megadeth's A Tout Le Monde. Oh, hark at us. We metalheads are a cultured bunch, don't you know? Electric Funeral from fucking Paranoid. Funerals are metal. I don't make the rules. So we decided Peachy was gifting us a chance to really go for it. Black shoes, black shirt, black coat, black hat. Tick, tick, tick. But this one wasn't how I expected it to be. We knew the place. St. Agnes, round my neck. Fuck it all and no regrets. We'd all been there before as kids. Easter parades, Christmas carols, that sort of thing. And we knew all the people too. It looks a lot less like Papa Emeritus is going to lean over the pulpit wagging his finger when half your school is there. The vicar talked about James Ander and his family. His joy, his art, his love of music. But his parents had him piped into Nimrod and out to somewhere over the rainbow. For fuck's sake. Did they even know their own son? Prue tried to talk to them as we filed past the flowers outside the church, but they were too busy with aunts and uncles. We stood and looked at the huge orange and white letters that spelled James in pretty petals. I felt nothing seeing them, but looking at Prue, at David, Unit, Twink, that slayed me. He was one of us, and we all know it. Peachy's dad has never liked us. The feeling's mutual. He thought his bright, handsome, effervescent son was going through a phase he couldn't understand. He told me as much once in their garage when Peachy first got his car. Mr. Ander cornered me by the tool rack, whispered his idea of me in my ear, called us losers who were dragging his boy down with gloomy music and under-the-counter prescription drugs. Then he tried to feel me up. Funny, I haven't been back since. They did acknowledge David and Unit. Well, Peachy's mum did. A quick handshake and a thanks for coming. There were a fair few girls from school there. I recognised some. The only other people I could place were Vincent and Baby Bat lurking at the back. Twinkle and Monk joked maybe they didn't even know it was Peachy's funeral. They seemed so at home in the shadows, beneath the stained glass and the mid-century abstract of Jesus and his mates looking dour. We weren't invited to the wake at the Conservative Club. Fucking good job. The pack were already angry by then. To our eternal gratitude, Vincent and Baby Bat came by while we were hanging outside the church and drove us out to the spot where Scotty found him a little less than 2 weeks ago. It was my first time back out there. Overcast afternoon. Crappy, neglected road. Failing tarmac. We stood around holding bottles and cans Vincent gave us from a box in the back of his van. There was a meagre pile of supermarket flowers, cellophane faded, a makeshift wooden cross driven into the dirt. Did his mum do that? I asked. Someone had left a hand-painted framed photo with James written in different coloured decoupage letters. There he was. School uniform, little curtains in his hair restored. Prue said, I hate seeing these Carrie's carriageway roses all over the place. They turn to litter so quickly. The cellophane outlives the petals. It's grim. Vincent snapped a ring pull on a can of cider. I didn't know his real name was James, he said, passing it to Baby Bat. Your real name is Martin, she said, taking the drink. Is it? Asked David. Yeah. Vincent shrugged and put on huge black sunglasses from his jacket pocket. People only call me Vincent because of the van. I knew that. I just didn't know you were a Martin. Baby Bat poured a small splash of cider onto the road. Everything is turned upside down, she sang. Merciful fate, said Monk. Death kiss. She nodded. My real name's Mary. I think I was the last girl he kissed. Prue bristled slightly at this claim from someone outside the 8, but she suspected Mary was right. Mary on her! Mary on a cross, sang David, giving her a hug. Such a generous soul. Do we all pour one out for a fallen homie? Unit asked. If you like, muttered David, cracking a screw-top red. Twinkle guzzled from their G&T can and held it upside down to let a drop fall on the tarmac. James Ander, you giant peachy bastard. We love you. David cracked a can of heathen craft beer and gave it a sharp jerk to spill into the growing puddle. Peachy. Prue took my hand. We clinked bottles, swigged and crossed our streams as we spat prolonged jets of red wine onto the road. Peachy. In turn, each of us spilled booze on the spot where the heart of our little group had stopped beating. Baby Bat stepped forward, knelt down in her huge chunky boots and fishnets, and kissed the ground where the liquid soaked in. Then she stood up, her black lipstick now encrusted with a frosting of road dust. He loved you all, she said, then hugged Twink and got back in the van. Vincent handed Prue and me a fresh bottle each. Lunatics and drinks, the graveyard scene, the golden years, he sang in a low monotone. Twink smirked. Thanks, Vince. Cheers, Bats. He nodded and joined his sister. They pulled away. Mary and Martin, I said aloud. Pretty goth-sounding without the nicknames, don't you think? There was a long pause. We stood in our smartest, finest, blackest clothes, under rolling black clouds, holding enough booze to get into some real trouble. David started singing. But through all of that sorrow we were riding high, and the truth of the matter is, I will never let you go, never let you go. Twink couldn't resist. We were scanning the cities, rocking to pay the dues, but beside of the glamour, all we got was bruised. All the girls caved in and hollered the next line. Monk and Unit held out. Singing Ghost on a desolate road under rain clouds was apparently not cool enough for the boys. But through all of that sorrow we were riding high, and the truth of the matter is, I will never let you go. Never let you go. That chorus was irresistible. All 7 of us sang toward Vincent's van, now barely visible on the horizon. You go down just like Holy Mary, Mary on a cross. It was inevitable, really, but that was when I knew. We were going to throw our own wake for Peachy. I knew it had started right now, and I knew it wouldn't stop until way after it should have, as Peachy would have insisted. From there, we walked the old Kent Road back into town, already swishing from Vincent's donations. Still, we stopped at the offie to stock up. The money in our apps, or rolled up in Twink's sock, drained for the day so we could drown our sorrow. Or sing them at least. Then, like ants heading back to the nest, we trekked up to Long Acre. Monk and David forced the wooden panel off the back window of the old scout hut. As was our custom, we piled in headfirst through the missing window. Once inside, we were invisible to the outside world. Nobody comes to the wreck after dark. The flats are too far to the south to hear us. We were in a mood to make a mess. We had Peachy's jacket, his high tops, his iPod, Bluetooth speakers, a huge bag of candles, incense and tea lights. For some reason, we were also carrying a couple of the fancy dress costumes from Download in supermarket bags. We draped the jacket over a folding chair and set the high tops in front, a space in the circle for our absent heart. It got messy fast. We drank, played his songs, told stories about him, about us, about stuff he'd told us. The iPod was on random. The tunes ranged from the sublime to the irrelevant. We turned up all his favourites. BMTH, Maiden, Creeper, August Burns Red. It was like he was there, except, as we sang, Wake up and save yourself, the sea will reclaim what it worked to create, David broke down, proper floods, that track. The wake from Found in Faraway Places was the moment the levee broke. Awful to watch, worse to feel, crying to metalcore. We've all done it. Pick up the pieces, ask for forgiveness. Through the drunken mess that followed, we all took our turns. The grief monster would sneak up on us. Unit was catatonic for parts of the night. Echo barely left his side. Then some mania set in as things got really pissed up. Prue and I danced, moshed, sobbed into each other in snotty hugs. Monk swerved all over. Up, down, drowning sorrows. Cry laughing at his best moments as we sat in a heap on the floor. We remembered his Name 3 Songs game. Always give a stupid answer if some dickhead gatekeeper challenges you. What's your favourite? Leo Slayer, Metallica, Bring Me a Horizontal, Five Finger Death Pump. We tried to count all the times he kissed a girl and caused chaos. We talked about the fear he had of his father's judgment. Then we ate bag after bag of maize onion rings and gummies. It was late by the time we climbed out the way we'd come in. I think Twinkle was wearing Peachy's jacket. I remember being in his shoes. I don't remember getting home, but somehow we all did.